Killian Hayes in his second year. Here's Gary Trent Jr. Sends it to OG. Good look for OG. And count the basket. And there's going to be a foul. Barnes sends it to Pascal with an up fake. Now spinning. Sends it to Trent Jr. who knocks it down.
Wayne Casey said of Cade earlier that he has that it factor like Kyle Lowry. And then Casey paused and smiled and said, you know what? You had to clarify. I meant that in a good way.
Nearly 30 minutes, 30.7 rebounds, 9 dimes, 11 of 18. Gary Trent Jr. from Trenton. Banton out on the floor. 5 of the shot clock. Jump step. Yeah, nice job getting into that. Banton maintains the dribble. Sends it to Gary Trent Jr. Raptors lead by 3. Trent Jr. step back. Here's a 3. Got it. Here's Gary Trent Jr. on the take. Oh, he remains perfect. 5 of 5. Second chance opportunity. Pascal directing some traffic as Gary Trent Jr.'s jumper doesn't go. That's his first miss. Back over to Bay, and Bay's jumper doesn't go, and Stewart comes away with it. Cunningham a 3 off the mark and tracked down by Trent Jr. On a pull-up 3, and Kem Birch, great inside position, and he's fouled.
8 more shots, so it's just a matter of doing the little things. But you're letting the team now have some confidence.
Gary Trent Jr. with a takeaway, and there's a foul on. And here he is at the free throw line. This is his 4th year in the league.
And his best days are ahead of him. This is where he's going to take that next step as a player, and he's in a good system. Ball's moving. Hopefully, in years to come, we'll have a lot more.
Gary Trent Jr. up fake, sidestep, 3. Got it. Big time bucket.
The leading scorer with 12 points, 5 of 6.
Gary Trent Jr. the 3, too strong. And Hayes with a rebound.
Almost had
Dragic driving. Barnes kicks it. Gary Trent Jr.
Perfect.
Pascal the deep 3. Bucket and book it.
Oh, that was a tremendous possession.
Bay with it, along with Stewart, Grant, Joseph, and Josh Jackson. Bay, tough shot and a foul. Stewart doubled. There's a 3, doesn't go. And the rebound. And the rebound. Here's Trent Jr. into the front court. 81-74, Raptors inspired ball. 83-74. Josh Jackson, Frank Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. Mr. October.
Mr. October. Shot clock at 5. Trent Jr. He's got it going. He's got 23. 8-7-0 run by Detroit. Gary Trent Jr. to cap out, slowing it down.
Nice response and atonement by Corey Joseph. Got to get up on Gary Trent. Woo! Okay, 4th quarter time. Okay.
Grant had Mihailuk on him. He wanted that matchup.
Trent Jr. and the 3 doesn't go. Banton nearly threw it down.
Dragic checking in.
Gary Trent Jr. And it rims out. Jackson, Josh Jackson. Gary Trent Jr. right there. And Trent Jr., the steal, the spin dribble, finds OG. The 3 doesn't go. Barnes, Dragic right there with a triple team. They get it to the opposite side. Gary Trent Jr. No. Flying in is Pascal Siakam. 22 in 10. Dragic drives to Pascal. Gary Trent Jr. and a foul against Toronto. Dragic drives to Pascal. Gary Trent Jr. and a foul against Toronto. Bank shot, no. Popped up. Barnes with it. Back outside. Gary Trent, no.